Good afternoon, my name is Katerina Odarchenko, and a lot of my subscribers sent to me letters that, hey, what do you think about debates and about candidates? So sorry, I'm too busy with generally election work and related media work now, so that's why I will share my opinion here in format of video blog. And I also will participate in some TV shows about that on different languages, so you can follow up. But basically, as you remember, it was idea of Democrats more to do so early debate, and this debate was one of the most earliest debate in American history. So it can be different circumstances for this decision, but obviously both candidates was fully prepared for this debate, maybe over prepared in a situation with Joe Biden, because he spent a lot of time, several days, with his campaign managers and advisors in a president's retreat and Camp David to prepare to these debates. And generally, on my point of view, it was nothing new about issues, so generally voters understand pretty good all issues which Trump and Biden put on the table, like on this debate, and we know all these issues also from surrogates, so from speakers who support Biden or Trump campaign, so we can hear the same issues which Trump said from Ramaswamy about border, and we can listen, for example, Kamala Harris about all issues which Biden put as the main issues to his campaign. So generally here was nothing new about abortion issue, it was nothing new about Trump border issues and so on and so forth. But what we can see is that these debates, and I will explain to you this as campaign manager, that it was more about archetypes and about leadership. So generally, if you're interested in all communication, you must know about theory of archetypes. So archetype is generally character which generally based on Jung theory, but Trump always in archetype of ruler, and Biden more in archetype of wise man. And it's pretty different forms of leadership, it's a little different political archetype, so that's why both candidates take a little different type of their behavior, different language, different words, a little different strategy, and so on and so forth. And on this debate, both parties accept, more showing of this leadership, showing of this archetype, showing of differences on position. And in this situation, maybe Joe Biden feel not very well on this debate, because his voice was not really good on this debate. So I will not prove it for you, because you saw this debate and you saw some some difficulties with Biden voice and with his model of presenting his points. And I think for this situation, Trump tried to compensate his minuses to more have impact in swing states and for independent voters. So he tried to be less tough. He tried to be more presidency-ish, and he tried to not behave as he usually behave. He tried to behave a little more in standard president way. And it's important, because mostly if we're talking about focus groups, also voters said that we don't like Trump's personality, but we accept, for example, his economy plan, or we more like how economy was was in Trump period, right? So, but a lot of people said that, like, I don't really like how he behaved and his personality. Now, you understand all these issues with lawsuits, also all these issues with how he talk about ladies and so on and so forth. So I think that generally this debates wasn't so good even for Trump and for Biden. I'm not believe that these debates will bring new voters for Trump. I think he needs more deep dive to economical issues and to direct pathway to bring this economical agenda, which on my opinion is the most important agenda at this period of time for Americans, because mostly people on focus groups talk about groceries, they talk about mortgage payments, so they talk generally that life became more expensive and that they feel better before. Also, if we talk about foreign policy, I think that foreign policy wasn't like top issue for this debate, and both candidates don't give clear answers on their foreign policies position. Also, I think that pro-choice and pro-life positions also wasn't fully opened on this debate. And in economy side also it's and you can like check with fact checkers, it was an issue. So that's why as campaign manager I want to say that it's mostly was about how they look like as a candidates, about their leadership position, about their archetype and style. And of course, we talked before a lot about research of George Washington University on leadership, and that in both party people want to see other leaders and more young generation leaders. All campaigns try to compensate that with surrogates, I mean with teams of political parties with different speakers, with more younger speakers, and it's essential work of like a presidential team or candidate team and other political leaders from Republican and Democratic political parties. But still on these debates we feel some lack of leadership in both parties, and we also feel that it's was lack of arguments on the most important issue and on details on these important issues. So we'll see, and I think now it will be big discussion in Democratic Party about the next steps. It will be maybe less discussion in Republican Party because they feel a little more confident because of last sociological reports. But one more time we will have one more debates at September, and now generally campaign it's very active in all states and the most active in swing states. So like offices do canvassing, fundraising, phone banking, also a lot of grassroots campaign. Democrats now very actively work with minority groups, and they also work with turnout of voters. It's very important to move some voters just to came to elections. It's really hard work for political management to engage people to vote generally. So to increase turnout, but it's really important for Democratic campaign and for Joe Biden to engage more people just to came and vote. And that's why they also use this message that, maybe it wasn't good evening for Joe Biden. I think you heard this message, right? It wasn't the best evening for Joe Biden, but you understand that it's only two choices. So it's like Democratic candidates or it's Trump, and then like other part of this message. So it's also very interesting that on these elections it's more choice of one candidate against his alternative than, you know, passionate about one or other candidate. So please also share your opinion about these debates, and I will be happy also to explain maybe more about archetypes, maybe more about the image of candidates, if you will be interested in those videos. So take care, have a good weekend, and my name is Katerina Odarchenko.